When you've been burned by love over and over and over, it's hard to trust your judgment. If you've never had a lasting relationship with a man where you could relax and let down your guard and know that he would accept you in full for the rest of your life, why would you think that it would happen the next time or the time after that? This fear is paralyzing, and it keeps women like you from dating and from dating with joy and confidence. That's why I'm excited about today's podcast, in which I'm going to share with you how you could trust your feelings when it comes to dating once and for all. Stick around. I'm Evan Mark Katz, dating coach for smart, strong, successful women and your personal trainer for love. Welcome to the Love You podcast. Keep listening to learn how you can listen to your heart and know when you're with the right guy. When we're done, I'll let you know how you could apply to Love You to create a passionate relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood. Story time. Last year, I have a client in Love You. Her name is Debbie. Debbie had a rough relationship with men in general, including a painful divorce and a history of long distance. As a result, she's had trouble trusting her judgment when it came to anything dating related. Perhaps you can relate to what it's like to not be able to trust your judgment, to not know if you're making the right choice, to not trust that internal man picker of yours. So Debbie is going through Love You. She's going week by week. We unlock a new module each week. First month is confidence, meeting men, dating, understanding men, relationships, commitment, and she's going through and she's showing up on the group coaching calls, and you can see her confidence rising and swelling. She's really engaged in our calls. She always comes with thoughtful questions, and I could feel a shift in her energy as she progresses. One week towards the end of her Love You journey, Debbie suddenly has a boyfriend, and she's on month 6, the commitment section of Love You, and she's noticing how different the relationship feels and how it feels like the kind of thing I described in the course. And then Debbie says something that I'm never gonna forget, and something that I want to share with you now, which is why we're doing this podcast and video. She says, and I try to quote, "I used to pay very close attention to who he is, how tall he is, how educated he is, how he looks to my friends, how much money he makes, how similar we are in our backgrounds and beliefs. Now that I found a guy, those things have gone out the window. Now the feeling I pay closest attention to is," get this, "how am I when I'm with him? Do I like myself? Do I feel good about how he treats me? Am I proud to talk about my relationship with my friends? Would I want my daughter to be in a relationship like the one I have right now?" Wow. I thought that was powerful, because it really was a series of the right questions, talking about the kind of feelings you should have about your relationship to stay in that relationship. I might do a lot of cerebral stuff. I mean, Love You has 280 videos. It's like this massive library with the answers to all your dating and relationship questions, and I'm proud of that. But I think the other thing that I'm proud of is that it tells you to listen to your feelings. I know you're smart. I know you're successful. That's why you're listening. That's why you're watching. But have you been listening to your own feelings? Have you been asking these same questions that Debbie asked herself? Would you want your daughter to be treated the way your once a week text guy treats you? Are you eager to tell all your friends about the man who has sex with you occasionally and claims to love you but is mostly controlling and sometimes verbally abusive and critical? I can draw up a perfect man for you on paper, hand him to you. But that paper, as you know, doesn't mean anything. Relationships are about feelings. So if you're going to pay attention to anything when it comes to dating and relationships, don't let it be his height, his weight, his age, his education, or his income. Let it be how you feel about him, and more importantly, yourself, when he's not around. How does he make you feel? Safe, heard, and understood is pretty much the only answer that we will accept. And that tells a far more accurate story as to whether he's a keeper than how he looks on paper compared to other men that you've dated. That's it. Short, sweet. My name's Evan Mark Katz. Thank you for tuning into the Love You podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button and ring the bell and choose all to ensure that you get notified of new content when it comes out. If you're listening on the audio podcast, please share an honest review on Apple. More reviews equals more awareness of the Love You podcast and more love in the world. And if you want to find love right now and you're committed to making healthier choices with men so you could have that easy relationship that makes you feel safe, look for the link below and apply for coaching with me inside Love You. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon.